Well, I just had my first negative experience in India. Coming back to the house, the monsoon looks like it might have finally come. We've had a fair bit of rain. You can see it's still hanging around on the roof there. And there's lots of local and minor flooding all over the place. You know, roads covered in 6 to 12 inches of water. No big deal, life carries on. But it played havoc with the traffic on the way back today. And as we were stuck in a traffic jam, 2-lane road, 2 lanes either way, and there was this guy passed out on the other side of the road, half lying in the water, and he didn't look well. Very, very pale. So pale, in fact, that I thought he might have been a white guy. He could have been a white guy, I still don't know, because he was very pale. And no one was stopping to look. No one was stopping to see if he was okay or help him or anything. And the guy I was with, who was driving me around that day, he just said, well, today, just said, oh, look, he's drunk. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I couldn't see if he was breathing, and we were kind of stuck in the traffic just across from him. And it was with some sense of relief that I saw a motorbike pull up, stop next to him, and the guy get off. And I thought, oh, good, someone's going to stop. But no, he got off his motorbike and went into one of the shops. That finally got me out of the car. But I'm embarrassed to say, and shamed to say, that it took that took a while. Now, it turns out it looked like the guy probably was drunk, but he wasn't in a good way. Shortly after I got to him, the police turned up and they just handed it over to them, because I'm not sure what I could have done, because I didn't even know how to call an ambulance in India. In India, you can call an ambulance by dialing 101. If you want the police, it's 100, fire brigade 102. Useful tip. But I've got this theme running in a lot of the discourses that I have on social media and in person, that human nature hasn't changed in 2,000 years. And that the reason that horrible things occur in society, the reason we see these things again and again, racism, bigotry, domestic violence, it's often that the people doing these things aren't particularly bad people. But they've lost the grip on their human nature. And you get the right circumstances, even someone who you would think is good is going to do the wrong thing. And the urge to just sit in the car and carry on, ignore what I'd just seen, was huge. I nearly did. I nearly did. And it was really only the thought of him, the image of him lying on the ground would have haunted me for I don't know how long, that I hadn't got out, that eventually I did get out. It was concern for how I would feel later, not concern for him, that got me out of the car in the end. Which, well, makes me human. But it's this theme I have running in a lot of threads, is that human nature isn't particularly nice, and it's only by working to overcome human nature that we start eliminating racism, that we eliminate violence, we eliminate bigotry, because those feelings within us are so natural. And it only takes the right circumstances for them to be obvious in people. Now, I've seen that in myself, not just today, but other days. And people have disagreed with this. They say that racism isn't inherent, that bigotry isn't inherent, that, you know, that various other things that we would rather be not inherent, they say they're not inherent, I say they are. So anyway, this has been a little bit of a confession, and otherwise it's the only negative experience I've had since arriving in India, really. So yeah, I'm going to go back downstairs. It's real. I don't know how hot I look, but the humidity now that the sun's come out is something else. So remember, if you're over in India and you need an ambulance, 101.